Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. What's happening?
It's deadline day.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm not really.
It's been a chilled one, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been alright, hasn't it?
Proper chilled one.
Feet not closed yet, or what? I ain't got to watch them.
We're on the way. We're an hour away. An hour away from the window.
We're
closing.
half an hour away.
Half an hour. Oh, are we? Half an hour.
11
away.
o'clock it ends, yeah.
Them guys don't know what the hell's going on, but I do, because I've got this special little card which tells us what's going down today. This is the transfer review, a huge debate kind of thing. We were going to do a deadline day live stuff, but nothing's really going to happen at Manchester United because we have had a decent transfer window, haven't we, guys?
There might be a couple more outgoings, but yeah.
Decent.
Obviously, we've heard about James Weir. I think his move to Hull is now completed, but we'll get confirmation on that and whether it's a permanent move or a loan deal.
Permanent deal.
It's permanent deal
Three-year
done.
contracts.
So there you go. That's why we've got these two here. So permanent deal for James Weir. He's gone. He joins Will Keane and Mickey Phelan at Hull City. Now, before we go on to what's on this card, we are going to talk about that out a little bit later, but Weir isn't there. So because this is happening now, let's talk about James Weir. How do you feel about that?
Well, Howson watches a lot more of Man United under 21s than me. But it seems like if he's a player that's coming up to 22 years old and he's not quite in the first team yet and he's not been really getting games, then it seems like it'll be difficult for him to ever get games if he's still not showing it at 22 years old. But this guy, I'm sure, knows more about his general game than
James
me.
Weir, the skipper of the under 21s, he's done well for them, but I think you rightly said that at this age, you can't expect him to.
Weir's the embodiment of Warren Joyce, and the thing that I do worry about is like our next game is Man City. The derby is the day before the derby. The under 21, under 23 / reserves, whatever you want to call it this year, is the day before the derby. And at the last few weeks, we've not looked great. We've looked like we're lacking key positions. James Weir's a guy that will fill in every single position. And because of that, he's well liked by the staff. That's why he's the captain as well, because he's got a great attitude, he's got a great work ethic. But he's not taking anybody's place in the first team at Manchester United. And ultimately, that's what every single player in that youth team exists to do. And I thought Rothwell had a higher ceiling than him. These players that have been moved on that have got higher ceilings for him. And you look at him and you think, at 21 now, you've got to go out and you've got to go make a career in professional football. And I'm sure he'll make a decent lower level Premier League footballer, and I think Hull's a great move for him.
Manchester United have made 2 more Premier League footballers. Let's not. People talk about our academy. These players haven't made it through to your first team. But yet again, we've produced 2 Premier League footballers
who will probably start.
Will
probably start a lot of matches.
I think it's phenomenal what we do, not even just this summer, but in general. You look at the Premier League now and it's littered with ex-Man United players, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a great thing. No, it's not. It's a great thing.
That's why academy's there. We can make money off it.
There's still a few people, slagging off Jose Mourinho, and especially with this James Weir one. Actually, there's been a really weird reaction that I didn't really expect to it. But a lot of people saying it shouldn't have gone. But at the end of the day, do you honestly think that James Weir is going to be a player who is ever good enough to start for Man United? No. Then should he be at Man United? No. It's that simple. You know what I mean?
There's been a lot, like people have said. Borthwick Jackson's gone out on loan. Blackett's been sold. Pereira's gone out on loan, and people are pulling Pereira out going, he's not giving youth a chance. Do you know what he's done? He's gone. He's identified 2, potentially 3, because he said some nice things about Tuanzebe. He's put Fosu Mensah in the first team squad. He's put Rashford into the first team squad. And that's enough for me.
Fergie never used to break through Hull. Obviously, we had the class of 92. But that was an anomaly, right?
And that was only the second time that had happened since the Busby Babes that had happened like that.
But what is wrong with loaning players out? When did this become a bad thing?
No, I think that it can become an issue, like Chelsea have in the past, where they start loaning out their big summer, like their signings, they start loaning them out, and they're on big wages, big transfer fee. Like Cuadrado joined Chelsea 12 months ago. He hasn't played for them yet, I don't think. Has he ever played
for them? He's going somewhere. I think he's gone somewhere.
He's at Juventus.
Yeah.
He's signed for them again on loan with an option to buy it.
Right.
So I can understand, like, if we were doing those kind of loan deals, we loaned Martial out, for example, or Memphis.
Well, we did do it with Angelo Henrique, and he never played a game for Manchester United. There are examples where we've done that. I can't remember his first name. Tosic. We signed him, loaned him back.
Don't mess with the Zoran.
I know this is going way off topic here, but we'll spend a minute on it. Do you think this is a result of that 45-minute rule, where that changed a few years back, where now teams are kind of like, just, okay, let's get all these guys in and let's hope 2 or 3 of them might be good, and if not, we'll just sell a couple of them.
Well, if you get 2 or 3 coming through every season, that far outstrips what everybody does. There were 67 players made their debut from Premier League academies into the Premier League last season, right? So that works out, on average, around about 3 per academy. Lou Van Gaal in the last couple of years gave 14 debuts out, so we massively outstripped are average compared to everybody else, which means that everybody else is bringing through 1 or 2 every season, which is absolutely not good enough. But if you're bringing through 1, 2, maybe even 3 just as debuts, and that's not to guarantee that they're going to go on and be full-time members of the first team squad, then that's good enough. If you look back at Fergie's last 10 years, Paul Pogba was a casualty of Fergie's transfer policy because he didn't play him enough when he was ready. But there was Cleverley, Welbeck, and not much else really brought through into the first team. And there was players
and before that, O'Shea and Fletcher, and not much else in between.
So what we've done in the last few years, we're bringing through the likes of Rashford and that. It's phenomenal, but it continue, and we need to see more brought through. I think Tuan Zabe is the next one.
We'll talk about Ants a little bit more later on in the day. We've got a lot to get through today. And also, when we talk about outs, we can talk about McKenna coming in from Spurs and also the Spanish scout that we've just signed up from Atletico Madrid as well. Because I think, although you mentioned there's worries about the under-21s, under-23s, whatever it is, I think United are making steps to try and improve things. So that's always good to see. But before we get started on the main topics today, what I want to say to you guys watching at home is as follows. You guys can get involved. I know it's me, Gaz, and Steve here today. But of course, you guys at home, we want you involved. So how do you do this, I hear you ask? Well, tweet us at FullTimeDEVILS. Then, of course, you can call us on Skype, FTDevils. Make sure if you're giving us a call, just give us a call, drop us a message if we don't answer. We'll call you back if we can. Producer Chris is over there on the Skype. So as soon as you get through, one of these guys will answer. And we'll have a little chat with you.
We've got a lot of comments so far.
Go on.
The thing everyone's saying in the comments is Fabinho. And Fabinho, like Fonte for me, seemed like paper talk more than it didn't feel like
there was much substance. We've done, right?
You would hope so. That's what I was thinking about Fonte as well. It's one of them where, there's loads of rumours, but if we wanted either of these players...
It didn't feel like that, authentic. It didn't feel like there was substance to it. Especially the Fabinho one. That seems to just be like swilling around with nowhere. It felt like there was something in Fonte, a lot more than Fabinho. But it's a 6'2" right back. I don't like tall right back.
Do you think Valencia's performances could have persuaded Jose to not go after Fabinho? Do you think Fabinho's agents just been using us to get more offers?
Do you think it's exactly that? Yeah. But I look at what we've got in terms of options at right back, and I think, for me, I would give Darmian another chance. I think he's earned that chance. I think defensively he's fantastic. Going forward, he isn't. Valencia is the complete opposite. Going forward, he's started to look like he's actually producing something with the first-time crosses. Positionally, I think he's still pretty bad as an actual defensive fullback. But then if you look a bit deeper than that, we can play Fosu Mensah there. We can Joe Riley there.
I personally think we should be playing Ashley Young there, to be honest, as our right back. Get
the fuck out. Get out now.
Joking.
I don't even want to see Ashley Young in a United shirt, mate.
But that's a bit harsh.
Ashley, I know you're watching. I
Leave
love
him
you.
alone.
He doesn't.
It's not on that.
I don't love you.
I don't think you should start every game, but I do love you, Ashley, so
any
listen
game.
to Steve.
Any game. Ever.
Hello.
That was a bit threatening, that.
Wasn't threatening.
Right, as I was saying, get your comments in on YouTube, get your comments in on Facebook, get your comments in on Twitter. Make sure you call us on Skype as well. There's so many ways for you guys to get involved at home. Steve, read out 3 comments.
3 comments. Don't get your cock out on Skype.
Okay, that's a good one.
Spurs got Sissoko.
Okay, that's another good one.
And completely agree.
Come on, Steve.
So
anything
have
else?
Spurs actually got Sissoko now?
I don't know.
We heard Everton were close, 30 million in 5 instalments of £6 million or something ridiculous like that. We should
Spurs have got him. Spurs have got him.
You think?
I think that it's pretty
You're
much
sat in the same place as me.
Everyone. I've been on my phone,
What's
mate.
news in your ear?
People talking about Mkhitaryan. Is he going to be able to in the derby? We don't know what the extent of his injury is. And
Apparently, he
people
got
asking,
pulled off as a precaution.
Yeah.
They've got a crucial World Cup qualifier coming up next, and I think they just didn't want him to be out of that game.
And then people asking why United haven't tweeted about Bastian, which is a bit grim. Bastian has been treated a little bit on a grim side.
What are they going to tweet about Bastian?
There are 2. You know what?
Retired from international football. They tweet about everything else, don't they?
There are 2.
They still haven't announced Van Persie there.
I think there are 2 sides to look of it with the whole with the whole Bastian Schweinsteiger thing, because Duncan Castles was the one who did the report when he recently.
Hello.
And he basically, he's been all right recently. Since Mourinho's come back to United, he's been a little bit more reliable. Come to United, he's been a little bit more reliable.
It's just in. Mourinho was here before.
But anyway, Duncan Castles, when the report that he did, it was suggested that Schweinsteiger. It suggested that Schweinsteiger, maybe he just rubbed his big bald head as a crystal ball. But it suggested that Schweinsteiger was actually offered to was offered to Sporting Lisbon, but turned it down. And I'm thinking, there's two sides to that. There's one, good for him, he wants to fight for his place at United, and there's maybe he just wants to sit on his arse on the bench all day at United, earning twice as much money.
Hello.
Does Schweinsteiger seem like anything apart from a consummate professional?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He feels
Listen,
like
I met Bastian Schweinsteiger at the Rooney testimonial, and basically I went for a piss.
Clang!
During the game, went for a
Name
piss,
drop.
Came back out, saw Bastian Schweinsteiger walking down.
Hello.
Called him back, he came back, which I loved. And he seemed like he genuinely does not want to leave, man. And it's like, it hurts my soul.
I know, mate.
But right now, I can see a guy with a better beard than mine.
We've got a guy on Sky.
Innit?
Mate, how's it going, mate? You okay?
Beard gang.
Yeah,
how's it going, pal? You alright?
You alright?
Yeah, not bad, mate. What's your name?
Rolly.
I can't hear him.
What's your name, mate?
Rolly. My name
Alright,
is Rolly.
nice
Can
one,
you
pal.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, mate. That's a lot better. So yeah, we're talking about Bastian Schweinsteiger at the minute, mate. What's your thoughts on it? Do you think he's been treated with respect, or do you think that maybe he's playing United a little bit here just so he can sit on his arse and earn a bit more money?
Chris, can the people at home hear me?
The problem is with Bastian Schweinsteiger that Mourinho's got a job to do, right? And he's not going to be able to do it. No, I'm sorry, boys. My battery is really low, and I've got one thing to say about the youth academy. Going back.
Okay, go on. No, go on. Say what you want to say about the youth academy if your battery's really low.
All right, with the money that's coming in now, with all the TV deals and all, I don't think that the youth will get a chance. I mean, you're just going to be signing. Stoke City are going to be signing players from Inter Milan and Bayern Munich soon. You know what I mean? I mean, these Manchester United players, as good as they are, I mean, Tuanzebe and Timothy Fosu-Mensah, they're great players, but you think they really get a chance? I hope they do. I really do. But
I definitely think they're going to get a chance.
I think it's a fair concern, though, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a fair concern
because the Premier League started.
But this is my concern with Jose Mourinho, that these guys might not get a chance.
I think that they're going to, though. I mean, Fosu-Mensah's already proved it. I can't. Right, guys. Just for everyone watching this, I can't say Fosu-Mensah's name properly, so I'm just going to say it how I say it. Fosu-Mensah.
Timbo. Just call him Timbo.
Timbo. I think he's already proved that he looks like an animal already. Rashford has already proved that he's a beast as well. They're both going to get games this season because they're not that. It's not like Mourinho's actually like taking a massive risk by giving these players games. The players have already proven they can do it in the Premier League. You know what I mean? Maybe there is a question about whether he's going to give the likes of someone like Axel Tuanzebe games. I understand that concern, but even I think that Mourinho's picked him out.
People need to remember these guys are very young.
Yeah, exactly.
Riley, who do you think is going to get the next opportunity then? Or are you scared that people just won't be getting the opportunities?
You there, mate?
Yeah, I'm just getting my charger. Yeah, I'm listening.
What'd you say, Howson?
So who do you think? Do you think anyone's going to get an opportunity, or is that what you're worried about? You think these players won't get an opportunity because if the players are good enough, economically, it's better to bring through players ourselves rather than spending 89 million on players. It's better for that. There's also rules of the game and rules of certain competitions which require a certain percentage of homegrown players. So there's that factor as well. You have to bring through your own players. It's the culture of the club for one, but it's also a requirement of the competition.
Does Paul Pogba class as a homegrown player for us?
Oh, he is.
He does.
We made him.
He does.
I think he's right though. I think it's fair to have that concern with Jose Mourinho. It's one of my concerns with Jose Mourinho that in a few years we won't have this steady progression of youth players. I think he's benefiting from Louis van Gaal just having left and having used a lot of these players. So like the pathway is already there to the first team. Whereas in the next 2 or 3 years, if Jose has his way and he goes historically as he has done, then that pathway might become a little bit more difficult.
All I'm hoping is that the pressure, which we know is different at Manchester United than it is at all the other clubs that he's been at, there's an expectation that you bring through some youth players. So I think the fact that you're at Manchester United, he seems like a completely different character at Manchester United as Manchester United boss.
He looks like he's been told to behave a little bit.
He can't hear me.
So no, but he's talking, so shut up.
Riley, go on, what do you want to say? Have you say on Bailey, mate?
Say something.
Yeah, speak, mate.
All right, bye. I think he's fantastic, honestly. I mean, he's got the pace of PK and the control, the finesse. He's got everything in it. I want to see him getting further up the pitch a little more on set pieces and everything, but it's looking good so far.
He's looking ace. What is it, 4 man of the match?
Ridiculous.
In a row?
It's ridiculous. It was the most underwhelming on paper of everyone that we've got.
Yeah.
But in terms of reality, he's absolutely smashed it, hasn't he? Right, Riley, cheers for that, mate.
And boys,
nice one, pal.
Riley.
See you in a bit, mate.
Riley.
Have a good one. Bye.
Laters, mate.
Swag.
So guys, Adam, I'm taking your job here.
Yeah,
you tell them what to do. Tell them what to do if they want to talk to us.
Basically, why I wanted to know his opinion on Bailly was because the first topic of the day is Eric Bailly. Now, before we go into that topic of Eric Bailly, the £30 million signing from Villarreal, I want to tell you guys at home, you can call us, just like Riley did, on FT Devils on Skype and get your beautiful face right here.
It doesn't matter if you're not beautiful.
to go on deadline day.
If you're not beautiful as well, you can call us too.
Yeah, because like we let Gaz
I mean,
on
that's what I mean.
So, you know, and then also you can get your comments in on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. So make sure you keep doing that. I'll check the mentions in a bit and we'll read out some of your tweets. He's going to read out some of YouTube.
Has someone moved there for a pound?
Colin Doyle left from Blackpool to Bradford for £1.
No, he
Listen to
didn't.
this.
No, he didn't.
Would you want
That's
to
what you
go
just
on a
said.
free or be sold for £1?
Free.
Free.
I'll be
Why
sold
would you
for
want to be
£1.
sold for £1?
Because I'd have been
well,
sold
that's
for
because
more
if
than
you're
you.
sold for £1, you're already doubled what you're actually worth, so it's not too bad for you, is it?
50p jokes. An actual pound. Do they wire transfer that, or does someone go and,
Yeah, no.
and give them a pound? There's a pound.
in the air. Catch.
What's the weirdest transfer fee you've ever heard of? Because I know that we've
That Arsene Wenger one was probably the one.
There's
the
ones.
Arsenal.
Which one?
Suarez, 40 million and one.
All
That was
right.
the best one.
Well, yeah, that's a strange one, yeah, but I think that was just trying to activate a clause.
Yeah.
Clauses actually don't really exist in English football, which is funny.
Only if the player takes the team to court, right?
It's more of a gentleman's agreement that if someone offers this, we will allow you to
Yeah,
speak
so
to
then
them.
the player can take them to court if he wants, but he probably won't get away with it.
If he wants to take them to court, if he wants to take them to court, then they can drag it out beyond the window. You proper nearly defamated deaf then.
Right, Eric Bailly, how you feel about him?
He's been absolutely godlike. Genuinely, 4 games, he's looked like the Black Vidic. I've been absolutely amazed by the guy. I've been absolutely amazed by the guy. Genuinely, I fully wasn't expecting this. You know, well, I obviously can't say I watched a lot of him last season, but when you heard Jose Mourinho speak, I thought it was a bit refreshingly honest when he was talking about Bailly at first, because he was saying, you know, he's new, he's got a lot of potential, but whether he's going to fit in straight away, we're not sure. And I sort of had the same mentality. And then no, I didn't think he'd be. I didn't think he'd be first choice either. I actually thought that we'd be bringing in another defender.
Struck up this great
Blind as well. How good has Blint been? He's been in these 4 games. I think there's a couple of them where you could have had Daily Blint as your man of the match.
I think he was man of the match, but I think because Bailly's new.
Yeah,
Bay's also eye-catching, whereas I think what Blind does is a lot more in the background. It's a lot more maybe marshalling. It's a lot more, it's a lot calmer.
It's like Baresi, mate.
It's a lot more behind the scenes.
I don't know why you're laughing.
Says Gaz, who never saw Baresi
Don't know why you're
in his
laughing.
life.
I've seen Baresi, mate. I've sat down
can we
with
call
my
him Baresi for a start instead of Baresi? How about that? Jesus
I've
Christ!
sat down with my granddad and watched tons of DVDs on him because he's my
they were porn
he's my
DVDs,
granddad's favourite player, and honestly, you see the glimpses, but he's obviously not that.
Do you know
that.
in nearly 200
elite.
games, Maldini and Baresi lost. Oh, sorry, only conceded.
We're talking about Eric Bailly, for fuck's sake, lads!
And we're talking about top-level defenders. They only conceded about 29 goals in nearly 200 games. I think that's the correct stat. 196 games, 29 goals conceded.
1, 2,
they play together.
3.
That's going to be
4,
Daily Blint and Eric Bailey for us, mate.
It could be.
7.
That's going to get vined. That's going to get vined when we lose 6.
He took Patrice Evra's shirt number and he seems to have filled his role as the club jester and like the guy that's like there to make everyone happy.
Nah, that's only because of that bloody slip.
No, it's not.
What else
have you seen his video with Zlatan? The Kunta Kente one? That's funny as fuck.
I've not.
He's got a few other things.
Is it good?
Yeah,
I've not
it's
seen it.
funny.
Right.
Yeah,
You have to show me later.
He is that guy, and he seems to have this. He doesn't even know English yet, and he seems to have this character that everyone seems to love at the club.
See, shocking placement of the whiteboard, really, over there, isn't it? I mean, any decent producer would have it right next to where he sat. Right?
Outrageous!
Destroy the studio to get over to it.
Basically, what he's writing in there, and I'm going to interrupt him because I already know what he's saying. We're going to talk to someone else.
Your screen.
We're going to speak to someone else on Skype now. We're going to speak with Barnaby from the Football Republic, who's going to speak to us about deadline day and his thoughts about all of the clubs in the world, in the Premier League. Barnaby, how's it been? I was going to say in the Premier League, but then I thought, no, we're going to be talking about the whole world now. So if there's any transfers from South America that you're interested in, let us know.
Do not disturb.
No, not at all, guys, because you know I'm a big Spurs fan, so I just want to ask you, are Spurs a threat now that we've got the guy, Moussa Sissoko, in, who I didn't really want until now we've got him. Until we've got him, and now I think he's the best player in the world.
Before you signed Sissoko, as now you've signed Sissoko.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes much of a difference to your team. I think Janssen's a very good signing, and I think Wanyama's a very good signing. But I don't think Sissoko makes that much of a difference to whether you guys will compete or not.
Some would argue
Answer me
that
this: before Pochettino got his hands on Moussa Dembele, he was floundering a bit. Now we've got another quick, powerful guy, Moussa Sissoko. Could Pochettino do the damage with him as well?
yeah, of course he could.
Mac's not got it in.
Of course he could. By the way, By the way, just
All
like
right, so I'll answer for him though. No.
I think
I agree with
choice.
Sissoko
Don't
was so
give Mac-
hit and miss
don't
last
give Mac
season.
any
Whether that was
hearing, good
because of who was managing at Newcastle, Rafa Benitez and Steve McLaren and all that. Whether that was because of the management situation at Newcastle that brought his inconsistent performances, or whether he couldn't be asked, he just didn't seem to perform consistently. And then whenever he was on TV, he seemed to have a good performance. And then at the Euros, he had a good 45 minutes in the final. So I don't know. Maybe the challenge will bring the best out.
He's like Hatem Ben Arfa was always good when he was on telly.
No, Hatem Ben Arfa was quality.
When he was on telly.
techers. He had footballing ability that Sissoko hasn't got.
I'm not going to lie, that wasn't a name I expected to come up tonight, but
Hatem Ben Arfa.
there we go.
He's quality.
There we go.
Fair enough.
He looks like he's
All
ate me
guys,
twice,
and
but he is quality.
Yeah, let's
been a
talk to Barnaby while he's here.
I love his hair.
It's all right. It's been a quiet day for incomings at United, but I have to say, I do think you've had the best transfer window out of everyone. You must be pretty pumped right now.
Hands down.
We're absolutely,
Mate,
yeah.
How
we
has
are.
1.1 billion been spent in this window in England? In the top division alone, actually. Talk me through that, Barnaby. What's going on?
How many hospitals would that build?
I don't
How
want to
many
even think about that because I've got
will run on my
I've got
street
2
with that
ankle
build?
operations
EDL
coming up,
question
so
there
I don't want to
from
think about that.
Right, Barnaby, you talk to us, mate, because Alson's just speaking over you, and then Adam can't hear you, so he speaks. So, Barnaby, what were you going to ask us?
No, it's a genuinely good question. I was just looking at the Sky Sports News and seeing that it's been 1.2 billion, and that's unbelievable amounts of money. But the excitement that it breeds on a day like this, when you, as a Spurs fan, you can gazump Everton at the last minute like Chelsea gazumped us years ago for Willian.
Yes.
Makes it all worthwhile.
Oh, I was going to say, actually,
Well,
yeah.
he is a champion.
Yeah,
You just signed a championship player and you've got your knob out. What's going on?
He's not
I don't know,
Harambe,
I'm just
mate.
still... I'm frankly still celebrating from dicking you 3-0 at the end of
By
last
the way, rest
season,
in
mate.
peace, Harambe.
Yeah.
Right, let's get serious now. If we get 500
give it,
likes,
but you can't take it,
I'll slap
boys.
Gaz.
What was that? Oh, I missed that. What
Do
was
you
that?
agree, Barnaby?
What was it?
500 likes and I will slap Gaz live on air.
No, he won't.
Fucking
I'm
will.
too slippery, mate.
I believe that might make
This is
me
on. Right, is
accessory
Barnaby
to
still
a
there?
crime.
I'm like a stallion and he's like a
Barnaby,
donkey
who do you
chasing
think
me.
is the most value for money signing in the Premier League?
Pogba.
This window,
Pogba.
Yeah.
you just
Gotta
want
be
me to say
Zlatan.
Zlatan, but I
It's
think
gotta be
possibly Zlatan, yeah.
It's got to be
You want
honest.
me to say Zlatan, it's probably Zlatan.
It is
It's got to
actually
be
Zlatan.
Zlatan. I have to say, guys, and it's not easy for me to say, I didn't think he'd do as well as he started. So long may it continue. He's a top player.
Nice one, Barnaby. Cheers for
Barnaby,
speaking to us.
make sure you're ready for next Monday as well. We got a game, remember, TFR.
It's my last game, mate. It's my last game before retirement.
Last game. Shit, there's a
Well, I'm
deal that
having
went
2
through the
ankle
window that I
operations,
didn't see.
so anything could happen.
Barnaby's left TFR.
140
FC.
likes needed.
Breaking news. How many likes we need for Gaz to get a
Well,
slap?
we've just shot through the likes. Everyone's just smashed their shit out.
This is why I love you guys in YouTube.
You clearly want to see Gaz get slapped.
We briefly spoke about him there. We've spoken about Eric Bailly today. Before we go on to that man, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, our second signing of the summer, I want to tell you guys at home, Skype, FT Devils, just like Barnaby just has. Get your comments in on YouTube. Get your likes in on YouTube so this guy gets a slap.
You know what?
And of course, get your comments in on Twitter as well.
You know what? I'm not gonna lower myself down to your level. I'm gonna be the bigger man. Although for me to be the bigger man,
You're about 8 stone off here.
Yeah, I was gonna
Don't
say.
worry about
And
it.
you're about a foot off me, so either way, you're not the bigger man here.
And you're
Gaz.
defo getting slapped the way these likes are going up.
We've got.
I get
6
told to shut up when I want to
minutes
say something to you.
of
You're
the
allowed to say what you
transfer
want.
window left to go.
That's how bullying works.
Do you remember this time last season, guys? Last summer.
I was in
the
York
fax
Cemetery.
machine. The fax machine.
Actually, no, hang on. Can we? This is history being rewritten here. This is what Manchester City do, right? It wasn't a fax machine. It was a password-protected file that was sent in an email attachment. So, as good as it is to say fax machine,
Can we just stand
can we
up
just
and give
say not
Edward
an
a round of
antivirus is
applause?
probably what
I
did
will
it.
sit down and give him a round
Can
of
we
applause.
stand up and
mate.
give Edward a
You
round
can
of
do it if
applause?
you want.
No, because all my mics will come out.
I'll stand up on my
The
own.
first time.
Ed Woodward, I love you, mate. Well done for that password protected. We've reached over 500 likes, but we just got a message from the producer over there, which we can't read out. But right now, we are going to talk about Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the 34. Apparently, the producer just told us because Gaz's mum's watching.
My mum is watching.
We can't slap him.
Yeah.
But if we get 1,000 likes, we will slap him.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So keep liking.
If we get 2,000 likes, I'll give him a dead leg. You give him a dead leg, a good old-fashioned dead leg, and maybe a Chinese burn.
To be fair, mate, if we get 3,000 likes, I'll let you do a tombstone. We'll go full pelt for it.
You know what to do, boys.
Right, Zlatan.
Like it.
We got Zlatan Ibrahimovic free from Paris Saint-Germain. Now, this is a signing which I think was... oh, man. It's got me left speechless. Guys, take over.
Zlatan is one of them where he is obviously an icon of the game, and people slagged off the age when he first signed. Just as well letting you know that David Luiz has just re-signed for Chelsea. How absolutely joke is that?
Gnabry gone from Arsenal. I thought he was meant to be the big shit.
The only question with Zlatan for me was whether he'd be able to do it in the Premier League, and because his age wasn't really. It didn't really matter since he'd been banging him in season after season. It's not like we've seen a decline of any sort. But straight away, he's already started doing it. So.
Hashtag slap Gaz.
If we could get hashtag slap Gaz trending on Twitter, we will slap Gaz, by the way. Carry on, Gaz, sorry.
I'm leaving it, mate. I'm leaving it. No, mate. No, mate. No, we'll leave it. Go on. You carry on.
Zlatan, yeah, his fitness and his physicality, I didn't think would be as good as it has been, and he's actually perfectly suited to this Premier League. I think he's as aggressive enough, he's big enough. I think he's going to be perfectly suited. Now, he's not going to play 50 games, but that's why we've got Memphis, Marshall, Rashford, Rooney, others that can all take over that number 9 slot, and I think the way we play might evolve a little bit. I don't expect us to play the same way in May as we're playing right now. I think over the course of the season that will change. I'd love it to go to a 4-3-3 and get rid of the number 10 position. But I don't think we will. And I think against Manchester City, I would like to see us go to 2 people in midfield, but I don't think we will.
I think when we start playing Mkhitaryan, who we'll speak about a little bit later, I don't think we'll need to play a number 10 because when he plays wide right, he likes to drift in. And I think if we played a number 10, it would kind of hinder him. But keep talking about Zlatan. He's scored 4 goals in 3 games. Now,
he's 4 for 4 now, isn't he?
4 for 4, yeah, if you include the whole game. I forgot about that one. Now,
well, he did play. So.
One thing that I didn't expect from him, I expected him to grab a few goals. I was sceptical whether he'd adapt to the Premier League. But his all-round play, now we saw at the weekend when and against Southampton, when that quick passing movement was going on and Mata and all these guys were passing the ball.
7,
I felt
8,
Rooney was lost
9,
at times.
10.
Zlatan, he kept it going.
Revelled in it.
And you think, this guy has come from playing in League 1, where he didn't really have the best competition, but that probably could have allowed him to just take it easy on his body. His body's still, he may be 34, but he kind of probably aged like a 30-year-old.
There's not a lot of miles on him.
You know what I mean?
Seeing some of the stuff he did last season, I don't think he was keeping anything back.
Remember that move with Pogba and Mata and whoa, how does he even get his leg that high?
It's ridiculous. He's in phenomenal shape.
I think you need to check his birth certificate. Defo.
In the opposite way of Falcao. I mean, Falcao made his debut at 13. Let's just say he was probably 17 in real life.
Probably.
And that's why he fell off dramatically.
These accusations
you always have to bring Falcao up again and change the move, don't you guys?
True.
He just needs a chance!
These are allegations from Stephen Howson.
Bring him back. We've got someone coming through on Skype. What's the name? Josh.
Who's on Skype? Josh, how's it going, mate?
Is it Josh?
It's Jack, but hello.
Jack,
right.
Sorry, Jack. I read your name
before. Josh?
Looks a bit like Ian, doesn't he?
Does.
Ian Patterson?
Are you any relation to Ian Patterson?
No, I'm not.
Neil Smythe.
Not that you know of, anyway. Are you just chilling tonight, mate, or are you playing Xbox? You look like you're about to murder some noobs.
No.
Can we slap him now?
I've just been chilling out watching Deadline Day.
We had the hairy face. Now
what's been your highlight of Deadline Day? What's been the big one for you this summer? Or Deadline Day even, not the summer.
Highlight of Deadline Day, and what a complete joke that Spurs have signed Sissoko for 30 million.
Go on, why do you think that? Do you think that he's worth loads more? Yeah.
No, obviously not. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? How have 2 clubs bid 30 million for Sissoko, a Championship player? It's a bit ridiculous.
By the way, guys, just
everyone knows, transfer window!
You fucking...
What a knobhead.
Oh, he is an absolute knobber, you. You are
slap
just an
Adam.
utter knobber. He's getting slapped now. He's slapping him, not me. He's got it all over the screen. Mate, you at home, if you've not seen what's just happened there, he has just squirted beer all over your face. And you look like, well... And I'm not going to say what your face looks like.
I'm getting sacked in the morning, guys. Sorry.
I can't hear what you're saying because he's just squirted it all over me equipment. Not the first time that's happened. Right, what's the next topic?
So what was your highlight of deadline day, mate? I didn't really hear that. I was rudely interrupted.
In fact, mate, better question. What's your highlight of the transfer window as a whole for United?
Jamie told me to do that, by the way.
Go on.
I'd say just because we've signed in 4 different positions that we've really needed, obviously, was Zlatan. I think we definitely need an experienced striker. We haven't really had a striker that scored a lot of goals, like 20 plus, the last few seasons. We definitely needed a winger in Mkhitaryan. Pogba, obviously, is the biggest signing for me. Yeah. 89 million. People can talk shit all they want, but he's going to be worth it come the years, you know.
Don't wipe yourself
out. I didn't know.
Are you worried about anyone that maybe we've not brought in? Do you think that maybe we could have wanted to strengthen even further?
Maybe an experienced centre back.
Go on.
Go on, mate.
You two shut the fuck up and let him speak. Go on, mate.
He's definitely getting slapped.
There was talk of Font and everything from Southampton, but you can't really complain with the signings we've made. Yeah, we may need a bit more experience at the back, but I think you can't really complain about our business, to be honest.
Nice one for joining us, mate. Cheers, pal.
Sorry for interrupting you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Kill some noobs for me. Right, guys. Now he's gone. I can finally wipe this stuff up with...
Wipe the screen.
First of all, the transfer window is closed. I haven't pissed myself. I just got a little bit excited.
Yeah, you did. Oh, shit. Right, are we done?
Right, that's that done. Am I still getting sacked? I think that's still happening. So there's one transfer for you. Adam McCullough is leaving FullTimeDEVILS on a free transfer. So any channels out there, Liverpool channels, United channels, whatever, get in touch.
Jamie.
I'm available.
Sort of screwed.
Right. BBC's ended. That's good because I can't stand what they were saying anyway.
Basically, United have signed no one. We've not signed anyone else today, as expected.
But the transfer window did see James Weir and, of course...
No big names have left. That's the maddest thing. We've improved, but there's not been a flow out of first-team players. The players that have left are all fringe players. Like, there was a little bit of a rumour earlier on. I had seen people flapping that Tottenham might be signing Schneiderlin. I don't think that's likely to happen now. They've got Sissoko. I think what will probably happen is someone said Tottenham are going to sign a French midfielder, and they've gone Schneiderlin now.
Yeah.
So I don't think Schneiderlin will be leaving. I don't think any of the first team are going to be leaving. Right or wrong, it looks like...
Isn't that great to see, though, that when players are linked with a move, although they haven't played 3 or 4 games, they're happy to sit tight. And Jose is saying, now, I want these players to be part of my team. And he's kind of told a lot of them...
Even the ones that are not part of the team, like Schweinsteiger, he's pretty much explicitly told him, you're not part of my plans, and he's gone, cool.
No, I need to fight for this spot.
Yeah, but I'm not going to. So, yeah, like, whether he is looking to fight, I don't think he's going to be sitting on his arse and twiddling his thumbs. I don't get the impression that he's unprofessional like that. I think he genuinely likes United, and I think the words that he said were true. There was only one place he would leave Bayern Munich for, and that was Manchester United, and he's not going to anywhere else in Europe. I think that's him being completely honest.
I love you, Basti. Have I said that yet today?
We all love Basti. You see his game.
I need to stop falling for these players, man.
Yeah, Falcao.
I get my heart broke every single year.
Jaden's last 3 shirts, right? Whenever I get a new shirt, I get him a name on it, right? Check this out. The last 3 names that he's got on his shirt: Zaha, Welbeck, Falcao.
Class players.
Guess who we got this year?
Oh.
Pogba.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Oh, at least he didn't get Martial. Then it would have been a reason for his falling.
Combo breaker, hopefully. Actually, who did he get last year?
Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis.
Last year.
He's going soon.
Memphis ain't going soon. I'll tell you this now. Memphis is going to be a success at Manchester United. Clip that up, vine it up, do what you want. Because I don't give no...
Sissoko has just been confirmed, according to Treacher Gaming, in the comments.
Tottenham.
For who?
Tottenham.
Now, this is that great time of the day where, even though the transfer window has closed, transfers keep coming through.
Yeah. Because the club had till 11 o'clock to get it in with the FA. Doesn't mean that they have 11 o'clock to tell the world about it. They could tell the world at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, hey, guess what? Last night we signed someone.
That's what happened actually with us, didn't it? When did that happen last
Well, I think
season?
that happened
Well,
with
when we
the game.
signed Andy Kelly.
Yeah, that was Andy Kelly. That genuinely was Andy
Where is
Kelly.
he? I've not seen him play for us.
Last
Has he
time I
gone back
said it, he
on
was
loan?
stinking it up for
Get
the
in the
reserve.
comments. Where is Andy Kelly? Hashtag find
Is
Andy
he?
Kelly.
Hashtag where's
Are
Kelly?
you Andy Kelly? Is that on screen? I don't even know if that's visible.
Yeah, it is.
What's next, Adam?
Look how happy Sissoko looks.
Just got out of the championship.
And like,
yeah.
you know, but that could have very easily have been an Everton shirt in front of him, and he's just like very happy to have joined Spurs official.
Nah, but if
That
a
could have been
Champions,
Everton.
yeah, it's Champions League club, innit? He's gone from Rafa Benitez in the
This is a good
Championship.
question. This is a good question. This is a good
Pochettino
question.
Champions League.
Completely out of.
If you do say
It's
so.
not even about
So-
Manchester United, but
Totally sold.
Everton under Ronald Koeman with their new owners. Spurs under Pochettino.
Spurs,
Who would you join?
Spurs.
Nah, you see, who would you join?
Spurs.
Because there's a lot more competition for places at Spurs.
And
Not
they
so
pay
much.
less
Well,
than
it
the
depends.
Spurs.
Well, in this weird universe that you're talking about, am I shit out of football?
Well, obviously, you got Spurs and Everton, weren't you, you dick?
Well,
No,
how
not
good
shit
am I?
up,
though?
we're talking
how
quite
good am
good.
I?
Yeah, you're not good enough for
All right,
United.
what
Stop
player
trying to
is
make
it?
me look it.
Give
You're
us a...
Momo Sissoko. You're Momo Sissoko.
Right,
Right,
well, at least
okay,
to have a
I'll go
lover's tip, I'm
Spurs
going to
then.
go to the comments.
I
and
got
just
beer in
pretend
my
that this
ear
isn't
and it's
happening.
fizzling.
Andy Kellett's at Wigan. Is he on loan there or is he there on a permanent line?
Is that part of the Powell deal?
We only signed him on loan from Bolton for youth backup. Well, there you go. I thought we actually signed him.
We signed him on loan.
Yeah.
Andy Kellett on
He's only
loan.
half a season loan. This is a problem now. So we go into this derby next week with nothing in terms of second string players. We haven't got a striker.
This
Our
happened last year,
strikers.
didn't it? That's why under 18s got messed up.
Yeah, the under 18s last season got drafted into the 21s, but Rashford didn't. Rashford played like 3 games in the 21s.
Go on, sorry.
Rashford played more for the first team than he played for the 21s last year. We are desperately short of players at 18 and 21 level. Maybe that's why we've got this Spanish fella in, and hopefully that's what Kieran McKenna's about to come
There
and
was
do in the 18s as well.
There's still one that could still be announced, and that's Joel Pereira going out on loan. Or is that
Joel
happened today
Pereira,
that
by
I've
the way,
missed?
I'm a big
Not
fan of,
enough.
and I think
I've
he
not
could
seen
be our
any.
next second goalkeeper, and then the guy, when De Gea finally fucks off to Spain, Pereira will be that guy. To
I'm not sure. I don't know about this. It's far too early for goalkeepers, though, mate, isn't it?
I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
represented in David De Gea. You see me, I'm like Tony Cotton in this bitch. I know goalkeepers when I see him. Right.
also said Falcao.
Moving on.
Tony Cotton.
Is that, isn't it
Anthony Cotton's the guy on Coronation Street. Tony Coton was the goalkeeping coach for the
Yeah,
Manchester
Colton,
City
Cotton,
player.
same thing, man.
No, because
Shut
Anthony
up.
Cotton's an hairdresser. Tony Coton's a keeping coach.
Is he the one that does his hair?
No, because that's a work experience boy at a factory.
Like I say, I'm going to be the bigger man.
We were
Although,
talking about bargains of the window earlier on today, and that brings me on to
That guy for £1.
Mkhitaryan, £27 million, player of the year in the Bundesliga. He's got, how many was it? 28 goals and assists combined in the Bundesliga.
No, it was more than that. It was 40, I think. It was 20 of each.
I thought it was 15 and 13, but all right.
It might have been
One,
just in the Bundesliga,
two,
but overall it
three,
was all them
four.
lot.
Is
Half
Vardy
as
not
much
a
as they
century?
paid for De Bruyne with
century.
better stats from the
And-
same league. So, yeah, I
Basically,
think it's a
What
fantastic
Steve's
deal.
trying to say is City fans, De Bruyne's shite. But carry on.
And Ginger.
get fucked, you fucking heffalump.
Too much swearing today, guys.
I know,
This is what I
it's
mean. This is why
absolutely
I'm
atrocious.
Just
We got
stop
a caller
slagging
coming
me off
through.
then.
You don't want to hear you swearing.
Here
What's
we
his
go.
name?
He's in the dark.
Who's here?
Yeah, it's 2 a.m.
How's it going, mate? You okay?
Yeah, everything's cool. It's 2 a.m. I'm in Dubai.
Calling us at 2 a.m. in Dubai while we're sat in a studio in Salford.
How what
Sweet.
is it? How what is it over there?
It's 38 degrees.
Oh, so it's quite cool for Dubai then. Is that like winter?
Well, we have 2 seasons. It's hot and hotter, so...
So do we.
All right, stop batty chirps in him, Steve. Ask him some questions. Oh, I love this.
Hang on a minute. Is there a massive juxtaposition there? Sorry, but what's going on there?
He actually felt me touch him. That's
He's like,
amazing.
get off!
Skype's got new features, guys.
You're going to get him arrested in Dubai for that.
Ask him some questions, man.
What's been your favourite signing from Manchester United?
Well, it's of course it's Pogba, but I have to say it's a Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
To be fair, all 4 of them are looking pretty damn sharp, aren't they? And Come the end of the season, I think it's going to be a bit of a close call of who's going to end up being the best signing.
What do you think of Mickey T not getting many starts at the minute, mate?
Well, at Dortmund, he's a little bit. At the beginning, he did struggle for replacing Mario Götze, so I think that he may be struggling right now, but he will find his I forgot what to say. Fuck me.
Coin purse.
But I think he will find his form.
Ace, hopefully.
Mid-season.
When you see him sprinting forward like he did in the whole game, that's the sort of thing that we're after.
Is there anyone that you want to see leave that hasn't left?
Well, I wanted Schweinsteiger to leave. It's better for him.
Yeah, I get that. No, but I know what you're saying, though. I know exactly what you're saying. Them wages could probably be used on a different player, potentially. Anything else you want to speak about today, mate?
Well, I just want to say this has been the best transfer window for Manchester United in years.
Yeah.
We have been spending a lot of money. Yeah, we have been spending a lot of money in buying a lot of players, but we haven't been spending a lot of money in buying quality players like this season.
Yeah, exactly. And do you think it's out of the players that we've brought in? In fact, don't think about the players we brought in. Is there anyone else that you think that we should have been bringing in this transfer window? Any names in particular? Thanks for you very much for joining us. Cheers, pal.
Thank you.
Nice one, mate.
Thanks for the stroke.
Thank you.
That's why he's all wet.
Thanks for you guys calling in. If you want to call us in, we're here for another 20 minutes or so.
Who's that? It's David Luiz.
That's Steve's reaction to David Luiz looking like TJ from Recess. But guys, basically, we've got 20 minutes to go. We've got comments coming through on YouTube, Twitter, so keep them coming through. I'm going to go to some Twitter ones shortly. And also, we want you to call in on Skype. That's the address, FTDevils. Keep calling through, keep sending your messages on Skype, and we will reply to you guys as soon as we can. We briefly spoke about Mkhitaryan, but get a sentence in on him before we move on.
Slick. I like the look of him. I really do like the look of him. When he came on, he just looked like he was in complete control. It looked like he just do whatever he was. That is a sentence. I don't have full stops. Just keep talking.
I think that I've not seen enough of him in a United shirt at the minute. He's not been given the opportunity, but he is going to be given the opportunity. And I think that when we saw him at Hull, I thought that he looked good, but he's just flashes. I want to see him in a full 90 minutes before I can.
How much have they paid for him? Like David Luiz, that is.
Yeah, it's, I think it's about 50, isn't it?
5 million. No,
was it 35?
Why has he come back for less? I can't believe he ever went for 50, in all honesty.
I'm sure they're cleaning up money there. Selling players, buying them back.
Cleaning up money.
Roman Abramovich is washing his money. Anyway, moving on to
Allegedly, before Roman and his millions just end this channel before midnight tonight.
Find me. Come on, Roman. Right, Pogba. 90 million pounds.
Just start leaning out a shot.
Oh. World record transfer fee. Was he worth it? Is he the man? Are you glad he's back? How do you feel? Was he the final piece of this jigsaw? Answer all them questions, guys.
All of our problems that we had, that I felt like we had in the last 3 years, the lack of movement, the lack of actually going forward, the lack of that physical presence in centre midfield, it's almost been solved with just one signing. And Paul Pogba, I think, is the man that is that signing. And I think that already in the game against, was it Sunderland? Which was the home game? Sunderland? I thought he looked excellent. Southampton, sorry. I thought he looked excellent that game, like genuinely brilliant. And then the best bit about that is later on I go on Twitter and I see a load of Italian football fans saying, he was shit, he was rubbish.
I thought Fellaini was better than him against
If that's rubbish, I can't wait to see him playing well.
He was mint.
I thought he was mint.
No, I can see why people said he wasn't great. Can I just say, it's 11:15. Sunderland have made a late bid for Boa Vista keeper Mika Dominguez.
The big news.
It's nice to see David Moyes hasn't changed the habit of a lifetime.
I try to be
and he's running around like a hooligan. At 11:15.
I'd love
The
to
window
Trying to
closed
be
15
like
minutes
Grace
ago,
Kelly.
Dave.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall at some of these offices where managers are and just to see what they're doing.
Here's someone who I want to see what they're doing. Someone on Skype. Mate, are you there, pal?
I am, yeah, hello.
What's your name, mate?
Alex, you've spoken to me before, Gaz.
Oh, have I, Alex? Sorry
Come on,
about
Gaz.
that. I'm sorry, mate. I speak
Yeah,
to,
you have.
I
Straight
speak
in
to
the
a lot of people. I forget my mum's name now and then, but oh shit, I've just kicked someone's butt.
That's all right, don't matter.
Alex, what do you want to speak to us today about, mate?
Yeah, your mum's name's Mum.
It's mainly just how successful our transfer window's been. I actually can't quite believe that since Sir Alex Ferguson's retired, we've had managers, what feels like managers coming left, right and centre. They've brought in players and gone, oh, they're going to do well, and made up a ton of excuses when they haven't done well. And then Mourinho's come in and just been straight up front, done all of his business, and we've been able to chillax on deadline day. It's kind of nice.
Chillax, is that like relaxing and chilling at the same time?
I think it's in the dictionary, that.
Is it now in the dictionary?
It's now in
want
the
it to be.
dictionary.
Mint.
Yeah, I prefer it, to be honest. It's been miles better today, hasn't it, being able to relax? But it has missed that hint of excitement, I guess.
Well, last year I was on my honeymoon. I was proper chilling.
If you call signing Marouane Fellaini on deadline day excitement, Gaz, then that's your personal
That's a very
Yeah, but that
good
wasn't
point.
last summer, was it? Last summer
That's
was
a very
signing
good
Marshall
point.
and keeping all the
I think Gaz confuses
Two signings.
excitement for
No, that's true, but
nervousness.
I think
yeah,
they're
can I
both the
just say
same
that, Stephen?
thing.
You say that signing Martial was
I'd be
you
nervous
say
for him
that
to
signing
be
Martial was exciting. When we first signed him, we didn't know who the hell he was.
All
we
I
weren't
knew
really
was that he was
excited
good on
about
FIFA.
No, but it was an exciting day, I think. I think the day was surrounded with all sorts
Yeah.
of rumour of players coming in and stuff like
I
that.
found a fiver on the floor that day, so yeah, it was
Oh,
great.
yes, high five.
That's
Get
true.
on.
I was going to say, why am I high-fiving you anyway? You're a fucking... I'm never doing a video of you ever after today.
I bet you
Ever. Never happening. What else do you want to talk to us about today, mate? What do you think of the transfer window as a whole for United?
It's mainly, I think it was, well, it's certainly been the best one, like I've already said, for ages. And I think that, especially Eric Bailly, although he was probably the lowest profile signing of them all, I think he's been one of the standout signings for us.
I think he's been absolutely
Brilliant.
quality. A bit of a shock quality one as well, whereas everyone was so hyped about, hype about Mkhitaryan, best player in Germany, best player in France, best player in Italy. Oh, we've also signed Eric Bailly as well. Yeah, whatever. Well, let's concentrate on these. And then he's the one that's just come out of the blocks just absolutely flying. So intriguing to see where he goes.
Well,
I do think in a big game he could be a bit rash with a high line. I can
He'll
see
make
him
some
just
mistakes coming soon, very, very
What's
soon.
the over and under? He's going to get more goals or red cards. I think he's going to get more red cards. But
I think-
sometimes
Well,
you
he's a
accept
defender,
it.
so
don't you?
yeah,
His mistakes
obviously.
will cause
Your man on Skype just
Rex.
shut you right up there, mate. He said, well, he's a defender, obviously.
Yeah, but if he's the sort like gets up for set pieces, Vidic got sent off a lot. We also scored quite a few. He was always worth a quid. Mikel Silvestre was always good for a quid on first goal scorer. 33-1 he was, which
That's
means
because
he
he had a
comes
great
in
big head.
comes in once a season. You stop doing it, you're up. You've won.
Any more questions? Because I can't hear him. So
What'd you have for dinner?
What did I have for dinner? I had salad. Nothing
You
too
don't have
fancy.
salads for dinner.
Salad? Oh.
Right, get off.
See you in a bit, mate.
Man has salad for dinner on deadline day. What the fuck's this world come to?
I had
Right.
speed
Moving on. You're off your
out of a
speed.
bowl.
Please clip that up and send it to me. Thank you.
Right, now a lot of people have said this. I'm going to give my opinion first.
Wait. Massive news. West Brom youngster Andre Wright has joined Coventry on loan until January. What do you feel about that?
I've just signed him on FIFA.
No, you've not.
Genuinely. Just signed him on FIFA. In the year 2018.
What are you saying, man?
You just signed Adam Wright on FIFA, not Andre Wright. You don't know who Adam Wright was, do you?
No.
That's how young.
Someone
he
says
actually was.
Angelo
I'm a kid.
Enrique is amazing on FIFA. Never seen him. Wouldn't even know him. If I walked into the street, bumped into him, say, sorry, mate. Wouldn't go, shit,
I'm
that's
amazing
Angelo
on
Enrique.
FIFA, by the way, guys. Anyway, moving on from that, a lot of people have said best window ever. Now, the reason I say no is because when you look back at 07-08, before we won the double, that window was amazing. It solved everything we needed, and we won things after.
Refresh my
But
memory.
we
I don't
signed a
think
lot
we
of
could say-
potential. We didn't blow it out with a world record signing like this.
Refresh my memory on
Tevez,
who we actually signed that window.
Hargreaves was well sought after. We wanted him for ages from Bayern Munich. Tevez, phenomenal.
We only signed him once.
Then Nani and Hargreaves, Nani and Anderson, who scored penalties in our Moscow final.
But at the time, it didn't feel like that.
It did.
It didn't.
We
It
bought
didn't feel like
Tevez,
this.
One of the best strikers about, and Hargreaves, who was one of the So
And then
can't
two
you
players
compare that to
of-
Pogba and Ibrahimovic?
No, I don't think you can. I think Pogba and
think you
Ibrahimovic
can.
on another level. A whole nother
I remember
level.
when we signed Owen Hargreaves and being absolutely buzzing about it, and loads of people being buzzing about it. Just as
Yeah, I was
just the
happy
same.
we signed Owen Hargreaves, but not to the level it was with Pogba and Tevez and Ibrahimovic.
What are
are
the people
not
in the
even on
comments
same
saying
level.
anyway, mate?
What are
Let's
people
see
in the
they're
comments saying? They're saying Glazers or Brexit.
Brexit. And I voted Remain, and I said Brexit. Right away, guys.
Pogba has 5-star skills on a new FIFA.
I don't care.
New Rashford chant, mint.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
really
is,
good.
it
The
is
new
good.
Rashford chant is really
We
good.
better have a buyback clause with Weir. Why?
He's 22.
Now, this is what's going to piss me off. For the next 4 years, everyone's going to say, when we sell a youngster, oh, you're going to sign it back in 4 years for 100 million.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
And you have to look at the club that's saying that to you, because if that's City, you say, you have to fucking produce a youngster to buy one back, your bell ends, take a hike. SFO.
Right.
Whoa. Half price Sky Sports. That
No,
is
we're not.
breaking
not, shut up,
news.
Steve.
Breaking news,
We
mate.
don't tell people that. We don't want them to know.
Are we keeping
don't
that?
pay us yet.
Are we keeping that for?
Relax.
Oh, okay, we're
Best
keeping
window
it.
ever?
Half price Sky Sports. Yes.
From what I can remember, yeah, in my lifetime, definitely. Definitely.
What, 13, no,
I am about 13, but from when you think that, sorry, someone's just like, I could just hear someone.
Is someone eating crisp?
We got someone,
What are you
on
doing?
Skype eating crisps. Let's get someone on Skype
Was he having
here.
a tummy time?
What's going on here?
What flavour
Right,
crisps
what
are
are you
you
eating? What are you eating? Show us your meal deal. What flavour? Oh,
Ready solid
you
crisp. Are they ready
boring.
solid? We've had a guy eating salad and a guy eating. Get him off. Get him off.
Oh, look at his thing. That's amazing. Napoleon Dynamite for
We
you
can't
guys.
have you on eating ready salted crisp. What the hell?
Napoleon Dynamite's the
On
greatest.
deadline day, and you've gone ready salted. That was you made a conscious. Was they the last ones left in the cupboard?
What's his address? We'll order him a pizza.
Was they the last ones left in the cupboard?
Nah,
No, they wasn't the last ones.
Right, wait. Let's
There
hear you
was
out. Wait,
other
no.
options, and
No,
you went
sure,
ready salted are the
sure,
ones for
it
me.
might have been salt and vinegar.
Can
What's
I
your
just
other
say,
option?
I love ready salted
What was your
crisp.
other option?
No one loves
what
ready
was your other
salted
option with crisp?
I had some Doritos, but I already had
Oh,
some
you
Doritos.
Doritos.
You went with ready
You go
salted
for the
crisp.
Doritos every single
Whatever
time.
you say, we can't even listen to.
I'm with him. Us Asians stick together.
Racist.
Ready salted crisp for the win.
Right, mate, what do you want to speak to us? What do you want to speak to us today about, pal?
It better be your choice in crisp.
Obviously now, since Jose's coming, we've looked more organised in the transfer window. You look at Chelsea, I think it was 2014 when they were like organised. They bought who did they bring? They bought Fabregas. They bought, I think it was Matic back, and they bought Costa. They made some good signings, but you look at them now, it's just not organised. Fucking paying 32 million for Sideshow Bob. They're having a laugh.
Mate, yeah, I probably agree, to be honest. It is nice, isn't it, to have just a transfer deadline day with your feet up.
It's probably the benefit of us having Jose Mourinho sitting around since January, knowing he's going to get the Man United job so he could prepare, whilst Antonio Conte had to prepare for a World Cup.
Hull are signing Messi, by the way.
Still blown away that he eats ready salted crisp. I'm absolutely flabbergasted.
Right, we don't care about
Who's
that.
our best signing, by the way? Who do you
Hey,
think
it's
is our best
Abdul.
signing?
I think our best signing is probably, I think Zlatan. You can't get a man scoring 50 goals on a free. Fucking hell. And you got Musa Sissoko going for 30 million.
Yeah, it's what you
Are you
seem
mad?
alright. Why are you eating ready salted crisp? What's wrong with you?
All right, Alison, I know for once in your life, stop thinking about
In the
fucking
dark,
food.
In the dark,
right.
you thought they were prawn cocktail, leave them alone.
Oh yeah,
Slap
it's an
that.
easy mistake to make that.
Hull have sent a deal sheet through for an international midfielder. Now, I know it's going to come out and he probably plays for like Georgia or someone shit like that. But an international midfielder has agreed to join Hull. We don't know who it is yet.
Halson, what are the people in the comments saying on YouTube?
Talking about
Listen,
Harambe quite a lot, to be
don't
honest.
Back to him. I'll come back to him.
It's gone a bit wild in all
It's
honesty.
got a bit wild. All right, mate. Thank you very much for joining us on Skype, pal.
I love you.
Oh, here's a
mate.
conundrum for you. This is off Giggs' left foot. Glazers out or Moyes in? Well, obviously, Glazers
Glazers
out.
out.
Yeah.
Because Moyes would be in for a less amount of time.
All right, no. What would you say? Glazers in or Moyes in?
Moyes in.
Really?
And then Glazers out.
No.
Yeah.
You've got to pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you have Moyes and a PLC?
Oh, that's
Or
a
do you
good
have
point.
Glazers and Jose?
Need to expand on your question.
Whatever means the Glazers, fuck off. That option.
Where's the flag? Behind the telly?
Yeah, we'll get that later.
We need to get Abdullah on. Abdullah's here, mate.
Yes, lad.
Yes, get him on. You're not on the screen yet, mate. We need to get you
Right,
on.
we're going to come to Abdi.
Swing it. He's here.
Can't
Yes,
see you.
Abdullah. How's it going?
Wait. I need to
not
set
meant
this
to see
up
you.
because we've still got a topic to go through.
I know. Yeah, we can hear you, mate. Let's just let Adam
So
talk his
far,
shit.
Manchester United have got rid of James Wilson,
Yeah.
Adnan Januzaj on loan, Love permanent, McNair permanent, Will Keane permanent, Andreas Pereira, Cameron Borthwick, Jackson loan, Varela, that was permanent, wasn't it?
No, it was loan. It was a loan for
Rothwell and Valdez have all left. Anyone that should have left? Anyone that shouldn't have left? That question's to Abdullah.
Ashley Young and Phil Jones. I think that would have been pretty successful.
Rojo and Jones, definitely. Rojo especially. His positioning is awful for a left back.
Your positioning
if
is
you look
awful?
back at the Tottenham, Rojo's positioning is awful as a left back. The game against Tottenham was absolutely dreadful. I mean, he was absolutely rubbish in that game, and that was just proof of him being sold. He had to be sold this summer. He wasn't. I don't know why Jose's kept him. Maybe because there's no backup for Luke Shaw. I'd rather have Lind at left back, to be honest, if it does come to Luke Shaw getting injured. But overall, we should have sold Rojo. I think Jones maybe give him a go, but one more season and that's it.
Phil Jones, right? Phil Jones, Abdul. Don't know if you agree with this. It was really weird where the guy's injured for most of the season, and then when he actually did play last season for the under-21s, he was getting skinned by 19-year-olds. Like, do you even think that? Do you think that maybe it's got to the point now where even if he was to stay fit for 6 months, that he still isn't good enough for Man United?
I remember the Chelsea game, and the player that was covering for him was Rochelle Williams. He was a 17-year-old, and he was covering for Phil Jones on the pitch. The amount of times he was getting skinned in that Chelsea under-21 game was absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
But Rojo, to be honest, is just absolutely rubbish. I don't think he'll get in a top 10 Premier League side, maybe just about a Championship side. He's absolutely horrendous. Should be sold, to be honest.
Abdul, we got a question in the comments here, and I'll put it to you as well as these guys as well, because it's something that a lot of people have been saying. They're saying, this is off Devon Archer. So, Mourinho has sent several players out on loan and sold youngsters as well. Is Jose pulling the wool over our eyes when he says he will give youth a chance? I think no, because I think the ones that he's let go and loaned, there's perfectly valid reasons for them. There's not anyone that I've gone, whoa, what are you getting rid of him for? If Tuanzebe, Fosu, someone along those lines that have been shipped out on either a loan, I could understand the loan if it was the right place, but selling them, but I don't think anyone that's gone.
I think we always see at this point of the year as well, we always see about 5-6 players leave the club, academy players that probably aren't pushing on, aren't going to get the
Let Abdul answer. Go on, mate.
I think every single decision Jose has made has been perfect with the youth. I think a lot of people were saying, "Oh, why are you selling Donald Love and McNair?" Well, they were never ever going to start for United in a couple of years. It was the time to sell these deadwood. They clearly weren't going to start for United in a couple of years. So why keep them in the squad? I understand the under-21 team is struggling right now, obviously because they haven't got Fosu Mensah and the options, but players like Fosu Mensah and Rashford clearly have a future at United. They have shown their class. So those are the players that deserve to stay. The players that have been sent out on loan, for example for Pereira, he's really, really good, and he clearly has a future in Jose's plans because he's absolutely unreal, Pereira. But you can't.
Borthwick Jackson as well. Borthwick Jackson and Pereira.
Borthwick Jackson.
I believe the pair of them have got it in their loan deals that they've got to play a certain percentage of games, and I think it's 75 minutes of every game for both of them, and I think that's why he's gone to a team like Granada, because I think maybe Everton, maybe Granada, Newcastle, we asked if he wanted to go there and they've gone, well, we're not going to play him every game, so we've gone, alright, well, he's not going there then, is he?
They've got a few decent young players as well. They've got Sampa, they've got that Torral lad from Arsenal.
I think La Liga's a great move for him.
So Granada are a team that are on the up. They've got some very good young players that play nice.
Go on, Abdullah, what are you saying?
I think for Pereira, Granada's a perfect team. If you look at Barcelona, they've loaned a couple of players over there over the years. I saw this off a Barca fan before I was speaking to you, and he said that every time they do send a player on loan, he does get the playing time that they need. And they're a sort of team that's built around the youth system with a good style of football, and I think that's what would suit Pereira right now at Granada. It's a perfect spot for him for a year or two, maybe even an extra year on loan until he comes back and he can get in the first team.
What's your favourite flavour of crisp?
I don't really have one, to be honest. Don't mind.
Fuck's sake, Abdullah.
It's probably ready salted.
Cheetos flaming up.
You know what? Just
Cheetos
for
twisted.
Adam.
I thought we were mates.
Yeah, well, go on, Abdullah. What are you saying?
Just for Adam, I'll go. Just for Adam, I'll go for Ready Salted.
Said just for Adam, he's
Just
going to
to
go
piss
for
you
ready
off.
salted. Nice one, mate. Cheers for joining us on Skype.
Red button.
Alright, see you, lads.
Red button. Get off my telly.
Right, we're told, well, we're not told, Sky Sports have been told, but we're reading it up there. We're told the Premier League are currently processing multiple deal sheets submitted within 2 hours of the 11 p.m. deadline. And not one of them is from Manchester United. Isn't it so good that we could just chill out on this transfer deadline day, watch people like Chelsea and Cole running around flapping, watch people like Jack Wilshere leave on loan. And you guys are talking about Phil Jones. Do you think that's a move maybe Phil Jones needs? Do you think Jack Wilshere and Phil Jones are kind of in a similar
They're very
place?
similar players. I think they're similar of ability as well.
Yeah,
They're both crap.
I agree. They're both massively overrated and completely crocked all the time. Do you know what I saw on my time hop today? Obviously, I had no signal where I was last year, and I had a tweet off you saying some stuff happened while you was away. Obviously, signing of Marshall and David De Gea. The chaos of last window versus the calmness of this window. It's been nice. It's been nice.
If you had to rate the squad, what would you rate it out of 10?
10.
And do you think there's any holes?
8.
This is why.
No, I'll say it. I think we've got the best squad in the Premier League. I think the Premier League's one of the best leagues
So
in
you're
the
saying we
world.
can't improve it?
I think, well, all right then.
Well, it's not fucking 10 then, is it?
9.5 then. But that doesn't, obviously I think we've got the best squad in the league. That doesn't mean I think we're going to win the league or that we will win the league. But I do think that on paper, we definitely should be winning the league. Definitely.
I think we're about an 8. I see a natural right wing slot. I think you could improve on it with someone like a Bale easily. I think there's a natural left winger spot. I think you've got a couple of players like Mkhitaryan and Mata on the right and Marshall on the left that aren't exactly left wingers and right wingers. Yeah, I do think the depth of the squad is nice. The balance to the squad is quite nice. I think we need a little bit more experience. I could see the argument for a Bonucci style centre half. I think on paper the centre halves that we've got are lacking in a few areas. I think as a right back, Tony Valencia can be improved upon, especially defensively. So I don't think you can give it a 10 or a 9.5 as a squad. I think we've made a massive stride forward, and it's ridiculous to think that you're ever going to solve every single problem in one window. I think we've done as good as we could have possibly hoped to have done. We've brought in and addressed specifically the needs that we had in terms of a big first choice midfielder. We've signed goals up front, we've signed goals and assists and creativity from midfield, we've assigned the new centre half. So we've made massive steps forward, and we haven't lost anyone from the squad, which I think is important, because in previous windows there was a lot of experience when
We've got someone on Skype as well. Mate, what's your name there, pal?
Oh my god. I'm Ishan, I'm from Canada.
Oh, ace, mate. We've got someone from Canada on. Nice one, pal.
what's your favourite flavour of
Yeah,
crisps?
I've been watching guys.
No, chips. What's your favourite flavour of chips? Is what you call it over there?
Potato chips.
Chips, probably sweet chili heat Doritos.
Yes,
we'll have that.
Yeah,
Right,
you can stay. Go on.
How would you rate United squad at the minute out of 10?
Probably 9 out of 10. Also considering that we've got Jose Mourinho in now, we should be winning the league in my opinion.
Yeah,
I do make us favourites for it. It was a long way between now and May.
Yeah, like I say, it
A
doesn't mean it's
couple
going to
of
happen.
key
but
injuries and we would be booked.
We should. Is there any? Well, that's a good point. The House and Mates, a couple of key injuries. Imagine a centre half goes now.
Dave,
do you think that maybe we could have gone out and
if Dave
bought
got
someone
injured?
else? And if so, who would it have been?
I would have gone for Varane because he's got potential. He's obviously like, I think United wants to keep him and everything, but I think we should have went all out for another defender too, like Varane. But I still think that we're favourites for the title this season.
Definitely, definitely, mate. Sorry, mate, my voice just went then. I'm trying to think what else there is to talk about. What do you think of players that have gone out then? Some of these young players that have gone out on loan. Do you think that's Mourinho disrespecting youth, or do you think that that's a good
certainly
thing?
think so. Yes. Yes, I think this is almost like a Barcelona tactic. Just give the youth some experience, like especially Januzaj, because he's one of my favorite players. So I'm really glad to see him go out on loan and get an opportunity.
Oh, so
Hopefully he's gonna come back and.
Go on. Carry on what you're saying.
So hopefully he's gonna come back a better player.
Well, that's interesting what you said then about Januzaj. So he's your favourite player, but you are actually happy that he's gone out on loan then?
Yes, because right now under Jose Mourinho, I don't think he's gonna get a chance under Jose Mourinho right now, especially with how stacked the team is. But I think that with David Moyes, he has someone that he's worked with in the past, and he was probably our best player that season. So I think that this is a great chance for him to show his skills and
Nice
show
one, pal.
Mourinho why he deserves to be in that.
Cheers for joining us, mate. Nice
Here's a
one,
good
mate.
question.
Bro.
See you later, pal.
Sam Howard, which player have we let go permanently that's we're most likely to regret
None.
in the future? No, I think there is one, and it's
James Wilson.
Tyler Blackett. No, I think Tyler Blackett. Someone this window. Tyler Blackett. The things that I hear about Tyler Blackett, the work that he puts in over and above training, the fact that he got Nicky Button to do one-on-one stuff with him last summer or summer before
He
last.
used to hang around with Rio a lot as well.
Yeah, Rio's mentoring him. Now he's gone to Reading with Jaap Stam. The thing that I thought Tyler needed was that aggression and sort of ruthlessness to his game. Who better to go to than Jaap Stam? Can you imagine Jaap Stam giving you one-to-one thingy on intimidation and ruthlessness? And I think he's got the stature, he's got the size. He put on a right load of size at Celtic, probably because he wasn't playing so much. But in that game against Salford City, he looked like he had a ton of aggression into him. I think you keep an eye on Tyler Blackett. Games will improve him. If he plays the majority of the season, I think he'll be a real force. Like Shawcross, he left United, no one thought much of him, but he builds himself up by playing on a regular basis.
To get better, and I think we're seeing that with Januzaj. He went on loan to Sunderland.
I think it's a great
and he
move for
scored a few
Januzaj.
goals as well recently, and he played well against City and all that. So guys, Gaz, Steve, runs target as usual. Thank you for everyone that's joined us today. It has been emotional. Manchester United haven't signed anyone today. We let a few people go. But all in all, the transfer window has been a success.
Been good, mate.
We're ready for the new season. Gaz, are we going to win the league?
Sure, I'm not answering that.
Yeah, we are. I think we are going to win the
There
league.
you go. That's the
Us,
answer.
Chelsea, and then Blue Knobheads.
And also, can I say, I just got a text from Zayan's dad saying give Zayan a shout out. So, what's going on, Zayan?
I ain't seen him all summer.
Yeah. But thank you for joining us, everyone. Get your comments in below. If you're watching this later and you're not watching it live, get your comments in below on who you think the best signing of the summer has been. Rate our squad out of 10. Who do you think's had the best summer overall in the Premier League? And of course, who has been the best signing of the summer, value for money? I've been Adam McCullough, he's been Radio Gas, he's been Stephen Harrison, we've been Full Time Devils. We're out of here.